Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
The great Miranda Devine. She ready to go? Here she is, the best columnist anywhere in the world, the country, New York Post. She literally just walked off the set of Fox and Friends with Brian Kilmeade, who, ironically, is going to join me next. My dear friend Miranda Devine. Miranda, good morning, sweetheart. How are you?
Good morning, Sid. I'm well, thank you.
I'm not. I don't understand what my president, and you know how much I love him, and you know how much he loves me. I guess he tells me that, at least. I don't know. But I think he loves Mamdani more than he loves me. It's starting to bother me.
I doubt it.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't see this reciprocal relationship. And I know you're going to tell me he's playing chess, he's got it all figured out, but this has gone on for months. Even after their first meeting, months ago, Jihad boy Mamdani had opportunities to lighten up on all the things Trump cares about. He hasn't. His rhetoric about ICE, about the Jews, about the cops has been every bit as dangerous yesterday as it was when he ran for office. So while Trump throws money at him for housing, great, fantastic. He's letting out Columbia students whose visas expired 10 years ago. He's considering letting out a pro-Palestinian detainee. You need to explain to me, Miranda, what exactly Mamdani's done for Trump that he deserves to be called a nice guy at the State of the Union.
Yes, it does stick in the throat, actually, having that, especially after how just recently he had Mamdani so badly treated the NYPD. But look, you know, Donald Trump will speak to anyone. He'll speak to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. He'll speak to what he calls the new communist mayor of New York. And I don't think it normalizes Mamdani or does him any favors. I think Donald Trump quite enjoys the fact that he's trolling Democrats by having this relationship with Mamdani, this bromance. And I also kind of think that it shows that a certain maturity in Mamdani, as evil as he is, that he's not allowing Trump derangement syndrome to get in the way of what he wants for the city. He wants to be a successful mayor. Yeah. He doesn't want, Trump has $7 billion of federal funds that he could withhold if Mamdani gets offside with him. So it's clever to do that. And Trump is a deal maker. He's not going to give Mamdani $12 billion for affordable housing in Queens without a hell of a lot of strings attached. And, you know, there are a lot of things that Mamdani can do for Trump, like allow ICE to, operate unfettered, pick up.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you right there. When Good was killed in Minnesota, Mamdani called Trump's administration evil. That's the word he used, okay? So maybe you know better than me, okay? What has he said? What has he done that gives you any indications that all of a sudden he's going to make ICE's job easier in New York? He's not even a week away, Miranda, not even a week away from crushing ICE again. I know what you're saying. He can do this, he can do that. But he's had those opportunities for months, and he's doubling down on his original thoughts.
in his rhetoric. But, also by the same token, Donald Trump has not given anything to Mamdani other than a visit in the Oval Office. And so at the moment, I just think, I've seen Trump, we've all seen Trump do this, he'll deal with the devil to get a better deal for Americans
I don't know.
and American citizens. And I just think it amuses him, and he loves New York. And also, he, without fear or favour, he loves winners. And, Mamdani, I guess he respects the fact that at 34 he knocked off Democrat royalty in Andrew Cuomo. And that's the way it is. I mean, it annoys people that Trump is so cordial and diplomatic with people that we would prefer he didn't, like Mamdani, who's creating absolute havoc in New York. And I'm sure that Donald Trump's friends in New York are doing exactly what you're doing and saying, listen, why are you doing this? This guy is an absolute monster. They're worried that Bruce Blakeman is going to be injured by Trump's relationship.
Oh, but Bruce is. Listen, I spoke to Peter King yesterday via the text, and Blakeman, he's not going to admit this because he's actually closer with Trump than both of us, but he's going to be furious. He needs to beat Kathy Hochul. And if you're teaming up with Mamdani, you are, in essence, teaming up with Hochul. You're undermining what Bruce Blakeman is trying to see. Here's the issue. He spends his time, Miranda Devine, between Mar-a-Lago and Washington, D.C. He's not here, okay? He's not in New York. And I texted him yesterday. I've texted him a million times. You're right. His New York friends and family, they're texting him, too. I think maybe if he was still here. I know he loves New York. You know what? You love New York even more when you live in the paradise of Palm Beach, okay? But if he was here with us shoveling snow this week and walking through junkies and homeless and dirt and filth and paying taxes, excuse me, but up the butt, and maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't be so nice to this creep.
Well, look, it still affects him. He owns property here, obviously, and so the property taxes that Mamdani's threatening to slap on people are going to hurt. And, Melania Trump still frequents Trump Tower a lot, and Barron Trump is at NYU, albeit he's moved to the DC campus this year, but I don't think Donald Trump has lost his ties. He's got a family who still lives here. His sister is still here. He knows what's going on in New York better than most people, and so I don't think he's out of touch with his city. And he loves his city, no matter if he's been forced into exile effectively at Mar-a-Lago. He loves New York, and he'll be back. But I think he wants the best for New York, and ultimately, Mamdani we're stuck with, and all we can hope is that with a series of carrots and sticks that Donald Trump manages to manipulate Mamdani into not totally destroying New York. Mamdani's rhetoric, the person he is, his ideology is utterly repellent. But, blame our fellow New Yorkers for voting him in.
do.
Don't blame, we didn't do it. We voted the right way, but no. We voted for the other devil.
Right.
But Mamdani is a disaster. He's getting off to a bad start. And I think Donald Trump has in his back pocket, if Mamdani doesn't play ball, that $7 billion in federal funds, which he will have no qualms about withholding.
Well, before we wrap up this great conversation, this is the greatest, Miranda Devine. I love Miranda. I want to talk about the actual housing deal. I know you broke it down on Fox News with Brian Kilmeade moments ago. You talked about the $12 billion. And again, we could use affordable housing in New York. I'm aware that although every real estate person I talk to tells me that they're ready to go. They're already ready. There's already apartments and buildings all over the city that are ready to go. I'm not sure we need another $20 billion, but you know better than me, what exactly is the deal that the mayor is proposing?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he wants from Trump, other than he probably wants Trump to come up with the entire $12 billion. He brought along to the Oval Office 2 mock-ups of that other newspaper, the Daily News, front pages, and one of them was the classic 1975 one, Ford to City, drop dead, and then the other one was Trump to City, let's build. So that's playing on Donald Trump's, love of building, and I think it would probably appeal to Donald Trump. He wants to help people. He's a magnanimous sort of guy, and this affordable housing deal's been on the books since de Blasio's time, and just sat there, and it's in Queens. So I don't know whether Donald Trump thinks it's feasible. He certainly will be interested in looking at the plans and deciding if it is, and give Mamdani good advice. But the fact is, Mamdani made all these fake promises to win office, and he doesn't have the money to fund any of them. So affordable housing, he's got people now who voted for him lining up outside Racy Mansion, protesting and screaming at him that he's a sellout. So I think he's desperate, and to try and, make sure that his mayoralty isn't just a total joke to both people who like him and people who can't stand him, he needs Donald Trump. So that affordable housing might be the only, if Donald Trump plays ball, it might be the only positive achievement of Mamdani's time in office. And it won't be finished before his 4 years, and I don't think he's going to be a two-term mayor. I hope not.
Oh, God, I hope not. I don't know who's going to beat him right now. I mean, I know some of the names that are interested in running. I do believe the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, is going to run. I do believe the speaker of the city council, I know she's going to run for sure, Julie Menin. You got influencers and celebrities. They need to stop wasting their time. But those two come to mind right away, two females in powerful positions, Tisch and Menin. Either way, Miranda, you look beautiful on Fox News this morning. You sounded great. You sounded even better with me. So thank you so much for another spectacular appearance.
Thanks so much, Sid, and have a wonderful show.
You too. Have a great weekend. Miranda Devine right there.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our country has to offer, especially health care. Across every state, every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.